सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् बाहुद्वन्द्वेन रत्नोज्ज्वलवलय भृता शोणपाणिप्रवाळेनोपाता वेणुनाळी प्रसृतनखमयूखाङ्गुली संगशारा कृत्वा वक्त्रारविन्दे सुमधुरविकसद् रागमुद्भाव्य मानैः शब्दब्रह्मामृतैः त्वं शिशिरितभुवनैः सिञ्च मे कर्णवीथि.
Guru Pavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. We have been seeing the greatness that is attached to Sri Varaha Avatar. But how? Where did it begin? It began in Karya Vaikuntham when Sanaka and his brothers wanted to have a darshanam of Bhagavan. At that point in time, they were stopped by Jaya and Vijaya. When Jaya and Vijaya stopped them, there was an altercation between the two parties, Sanaka and his brothers and Jaya and Vijaya. This led to a sudden spurge, some outrage caused in the Sanaka and his brothers, so much so that they cursed Jaya and Vijaya that they shall be away from Bhagavan. They shall be born on earth. This made them realize their mistake, and Jaya and Vijaya pleaded to Sanaka that they should always have the remembrance of Bhagavan Sri Hari. Then comes the next shloka. Tadetadajñāya bhavanavaptaha sahaiva lakshmya bahir ambujakshaha khageshwaram sarpita charubahu Anandayastan Abhirama Murtya. Hey Ambujaksha, the one whose eyes are akin to the petals of a newly blossomed lotus. Hey Ambujaksha, Ajñāya tat yetat, on knowing that these have already happened. Whatever has transpired. Now Bhagavan comes. I told you, in many such cases, when there is an altercation between the two parties, the person who owns that place, or if he is a police or she is a police, if they come late after everything happens, we say, oh, this is very, very Indian in nature. Maybe Bhagavan is also Indian by that. So when all this altercation had happened, he comes out slowly. Ajñāya tat yetat. He knew what had happened. It is not as if he has heard the sound and he wants to see where the noise is coming from. No, he knew what had happened. Ajñāya tat yetat. Bhavan avaptaha bahihi. Bhaṭṭatiri looks at Guruvayurappan and says, didn't you come out after having known what had happened? Didn't you come out? So he says, Bhavan avaptaha bahihi lakshmya saha yeva. Whom did he come along with? He came with Mahalakshmi. So he says, Lakshmya saha yeva. He who came along with Mahalakshmi. So this concept that Bhagavan is always there at all points in time, inseparable from Mahalakshmi, is beautifully mentioned. Lakshmya saha eva khageshwara amsa arpita charubahu. So on one, he holds Mahalakshmi. On the other, he pats on the shoulders of a celestial vehicle called Garuda. So one hand on Garuda, the other hand on Mahalakshmi he comes. Khageshwara. So he is called Vihageshwaraha Yavanika. So Vedatma Vihageshwaraha Yavanika Maya Jaganmohini. He is called as a king of all birds, and he is regarded as the embodiment of the Vedic sound. Such Garuda, Khageshwara, Amsa Arpita Charubahu. His soft hands are now caressing the shoulders of Garuda, and on the other he holds his Dharmapatni Lakshmi. Arpita Charubahu Anandayantan. Now to give delight to the sages. Now Sanaka and his brothers have come to witness the Divyamangala Vigraham of Bhagavan. Now he comes slowly to give them delight by showing his beautiful Rupam and Swarupam. Anandayantana Abhirama Murtya. How did you come? You came in the most captivating form. See, remember, there has been an altercation outside the house. Wouldn't the person show some seriousness? What has happened? Who is fighting? Whom? Who cursed? Whom? No. He comes Abhirama Murtya with the most captivating, delightful form. Bhagavan comes out of Vaikuntham. Then what does he do after that? Prasadya girbhihi stuvato munindran ananyanathavatha parshadautau samrambhayogena bhavaistribhirmam upetamityata kripam nyagadihi atha prasadya girbhihi. Girbhihi, listening to the words of praise, delightful with the words. Atha prasadya munindran stuvataha. Who sang praises about you, Krishna? Munindran, those four sages, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanatkumara, the four sons of Brahma, sang praises about you. Vishnu Sahasranamam states, Stuti Stotarana Priyaha. Bhagavan loves to hear about him, the praises about him. So the moment he heard, he says, Munindranas Tuvataha Tvam Attakripam Yagadihi. Then you compassionately, you listen to the praises of the rishis, and then you turn towards the two people. You said, Tvam Attakripam Yagadihi, out of mere compassion, mercy, you told them, Tau Parshadau Ananyanathau, Tau Parshadau. Both of you, because it is in Dvivachanam. Tau Parshadau Ananyanathau. Both of you, Jaya and Vijaya. I am completely aware, Bhagavan tells looking at them, I am completely aware, you have no other refuge but me. You have no other refuge than in me. You have no other Swami but me. I know about this. So he says, Ananyanathau, Tau Parshadau. I know about the both of you, Jaya and Vijaya. Iti Yuvam Upetam Mam. The moment Bhagavan said that you have nobody else, the two of them expressed their anguish. Jaya and Vijaya said, we did commit a grave mistake by not according the due respects that needs to be given to the Atithi, that too in the case of the Manasa Putras of Brahma, beginning with Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanatkumara. But they have cursed us that we should be away from you for many, many births. We should be born on earth. Is there a way where we can find a reconciliation? That is when Bhagavan said, yes, you may have to take multiple births, but you'll be extremely devoted to me. Do not worry at all. But the two expressed that we should be in proximity to you. Then Bhagavan said, I will give you an option where you take consecutive births, very quick births, but those births will be so fast that you will come and reach me very soon. But there is a condition to it, where you will not have bhakti towards me, but only grina towards me. Some kind of a distaste. You will find my presence very discomforting. You will have a disgust towards me. All this will be there in you. So he says, Iti yuvam upetam mam samrambhayogena tribhihi bhavaihi. Tribhihi bhavaihi. In three consecutive lives. So one is Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. Next is Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Third is Shishupala and Dantavakra. So these are the 3 consecutive births that Jaya and Vijaya will be taking. So Bhagavan says, Samrambha Yogena, where this is also a kind of upasana, but it is in the opposite manner. When other devotees have been propitiating me, have been venerating me, have been doing archana for me, you shall always desist from all this. You shall always curse all of this. That is called Samrambha Yogam. Samrambha Yogena Tribhihi Bhavaihi. 3 births you shall take. What is the next shloka? What happened to them later? Tvadiya Bhritya Vatha Kashyapatau Surari Vira Uditau Ditau Dvau Sandhya Samutpadana Kashta Cheshtau Yamau Chalokasya Yama Vivanyau Athadau Tvadiya Bhrityau. Then Bhaṭṭatiri looks at Bhagavan and says, those 2 gatekeepers of yours, those 2 servants of yours, those 2 Kainkarya paras of yours, Tau Tvadiya Bhrityau. Bhritya means one who serves. The servant is called Bhritya. Atha Tau Tvadiya Bhrityau Uditau Kashyapa Ditau. They were born as the sons of Kashyapa and Diti. They were born as sons of Kashyapa through Diti because he had many wives. One wife was Diti. So he says, Uditau were born, these 2, to Kashyapa. They were of Kashyapa, which means they were Kashyapas. Of Kashyapa means Kashyapas. Kashyapad Ditau, who were born through the mother called Diti. Tau Dvau, these 2 people, Surari Virau, those who were enemies to the Sura. Sura Shabdam means Deva Shabdam. Those who were born of Aditi were Suras or Devas. They were born as the natural enemies of Suras. So he says Surari Virau. Sura, Devas, Ari, enemies. Surari Virau. They were very valorous people, 2 of them. Sandhya Samutpadana Kashta Cheshtau. Very important portion. Now, how is a child, be the boy or the girl? Is it just the concoction of 2 bodies coming together? The sperm of the man fertilizes the ovum in the mother, the child is born. No. There are a multitude of factors that contribute towards the birth of a child and towards the nature of the child. Of course, parents want to give them good upbringing, good education. All of this is surely associated with the child. But over and above that, Shastram says the time when the man and the woman come together is equally important. Here, Diti Devi in Srimad Bhagavatam goes and pulls the vastram of Kashyapa and says, it is time for us to get together. That time Kashyapa says, listen my dear wife, this is not the right time. This is the evening time. Sandhya Kalam, Sayam Sandhya. During this time, the Muhurta is called Raudra Muhurtam, where Rudra, Shiva, from Kailasha, sits on a Nandi with his huge battalion of Ganas, marches towards the crematorium, Shmashana Bhumi. There, he will see the corpses burning, take the ashes, apply smear all over his body and dance. So this is called a Raudra Muhurtam. My dear wife Diti, this is not the right time in Sayam Sandhya for the man and the woman to come together. Sandhya Samutpadana Kashta Cheshtau. When he warned, despite his warning, the wife Diti Devi said, so what? I need children. I am least bothered about what their nature will be, how they will be. I am not concerned about it. This is the right time for us to get together. Get together now. Sandhya Samutpadana. That is when Kashyapa said, now that you are insisting, Diti Devi, I know for sure children will be born. But they will be born with a very evil character. They will end up causing more havoc in the society. They will make the lives of people miserable. Kashta Cheshtau. Such were the birth of these 2 people who were born as the natural enemies of Devas. Sandhya Samutpadana. Bhaṭṭatiri brings together the essence of their birth through these words. Sandhya Samutpadana Kashta Cheshtau. How were these 2 looking as? It looked as if Yamadevata, whom we believe is the Devata of death, Mrityu, that Yama Devata had incarnated and was born as twins. Yamau, Tau, two of them, Abhavatam. It looked as if Yama was born as those two twins. Chalokasya Anyau Yamau Iva. Now these two twins, now there is a small thing that you need to know. Yamau also indicates twins. Yamau also indicates that Yama has incarnated in two forms. So Bhaṭṭatiri uses this very, very intelligently. He says Yamau Tau Abhavatam. Those two Yama-like twins were Chalokasya Anyau Yamau Iva. They looked as if this world had received another pair of Yamas. There was already one Yama. They looked like another pair of Yamas. So it looked as if the world was blessed with another set of Yamas. Anyau Yamau Iva Chalokasya Yamau Tau Abhavatam. So these two were born. So this has a very subtle message for us. There are various factors contributing to the birth of a child, to the nature of a child. Parents wish to give the best surroundings and scenario to the child so that the child becomes a very responsible citizen and a devotee. But such factors, when the man and the woman come together, all this also matters for the birth of a child. So he says, Chalokasya Anyau Yamau Iva Yamau Tau Abhavatam. So Bhaṭṭatiri takes us till that point where the two will be born. Who are those two? Jaya and Vijaya. Born as what? The sons of Diti and Kashyapa. How will their nature be? Kashta Cheshtau. They were born to give troubles. Why? Because of Samrambha Yogam. Who gave this option? Bhagavan. But why did the curse come? Because of insulting Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara. So all this is a chain of events. But we now have to see who these two children will be born as. Did they really cause havoc in this world? Let's see.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते नारायण 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 नारायण